Over the past few days, Disney has made it very clear that they don't think they're at fault at all for some of the massive failures they've seen, specifically regarding some of their female-led projects. A Disney executive came out and said, you know what the real problem is? It's not the bad movies we're making. It's not the bad shows we're making. Instead, it's the fans' problem. They are the ones to blame for these failures. Well, I'm sure that must mean that they're already prepping, that Lucasfilm and Disney are already prepping to blame the fans when one of their newest Disney Star Wars disasters inevitably fails. And that, of course, is The Acolyte. Because after we heard it's going to release sometime in summer, it looks like now we have an official release date for what is probably set to be the most cringeworthy Star Wars show we've seen yet, and that's saying something, considering we've had Mando Season 3, Book of Boba Fett, Obi-Wan Kenobi, all of these failures, but The Acolyte just might outdo everything. The Acolyte has a tentative release date. The series has also reportedly found its composer. Star Wars The Acolyte release date tentatively revealed for Phantom Menace prequel TV show. The fact that it's being described that way is fucking wild too. Anticipation for Star Wars' first live-action High Republic era show only continues to grow with reports of The Acolyte's release date. You know what? I, for one, am highly anticipating the release of The Acolyte because I have a feeling that we're going to be talking about it a lot. Because when you see things like this, when this is all that you hear from the cast and crew and showrunner, you know that it's probably going to be pretty heavy on identity politics. Star Wars The Acolyte will reflect showrunner's own queer identity. Star Wars The Acolyte showrunner Leslie Headland plans to have her real-world experience as a lesbian shine through in the show's creation. That's what everybody's been begging for and asking for in Star Wars, isn't it? And what about the entire cast? Very diverse cast that can only speak about how diverse they are and how they're glad to be breaking some sort of glass ceiling in Star Wars that doesn't exist. The Acolyte's Jodie Turner-Smith claims having a black lead is so groundbreaking. Says Star Wars is all about a man's journey and we're ready to bring more women in Star Wars. Yeah, there hasn't been enough of that in the past fucking decade. The Acolyte's Charlie Barnett absurdly claims he never believed he could play a Jedi, quote, because I was not reflected for so many times throughout these films in the past. What about the lead, non-binary Amanda Stenberg? The Acolyte actress Amanda Stenberg claims the world of fantasy and sci-fi hasn't felt like a safe space always for people of color, and talking about how groundbreaking it is for her to be in this. Man, you must have missed fucking Lando Calrissian. You must have missed Mace Windu. You must have missed some of these iconic characters that people love and all the fans out there of those characters, regardless of whatever color that they might be. This show is going to be the wokest piece of shit imaginable, and now it looks like we know exactly when it's going to come out. The Acolyte, the first live-action show set in the High Republic era of Star Wars, finally has a tentative release date. The show will consist of 8 episodes released weekly starting on the tentative release date, and that is June 5th, I believe we're going to get into that. The anticipation for The Acolyte is growing as fans are excited to see how the cast of characters will explore the exciting era of the High Republic. It's funny to see these fucking news sites just fucking lie. The High Republic is a catastrophic failure. No one's reading the books. No one's buying the comics. There's a handful of people, most of them with pronouns in their bios and shit like that, that talk about High Republic. The vast majority of people have no idea. They don't know anything about this. They don't want to know anything about this. They've rejected it completely and wholeheartedly over the past couple years. And now they're about to tell this story set, 50 to 100 years before Phantom Menace that involves the Sith. They are going to destroy so much shit. And while they're at it, it's going to be all about women, which is the first thing we heard about this, both the villains and the heroes. It was going to be all female focused. That was the first thing we heard when this series got announced. And they've been pretty tight-lipped about it, to be honest. There is a trailer that's been available for like 10 months, basically, that they have not released to the public. They showed it at Star Wars Celebration back in April, and it leaked at one point, but they haven't released any other promotional material for this. And now we're hearing that it's officially going to debut on June 5th on Disney+. Here's that actual release date. Acolytes reportedly has a tentative release date of June 5th, 2024. Oh man, cannot wait. I am highly anticipating this, not because I think it'll be good, because I think it's going to be one of the biggest dumpster fires we've seen for Disney Star Wars. And considering the bar that's been set over the past decade plus at Lucasfilm, that is really saying something. What do you guys think about this? Are you looking forward to The Acolyte coming out in June on Disney+? Let me know in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.